CNN International: the first batch of U.S. troops has reportedly arrived in Poland. President Joe Biden is deploying troops to strengthen NATO amid a threat that Russia says is ready to attack Ukraine. The first batch has arrived at Gzianka Airport, Polish military spokesman Przemysław Lipczynski told AFP news agency. Lipczynski confirmed that the troops who arrived on Saturday were only the first batch. According to Lipczynski, after this about 1,700 other U.S. troops will also come to Poland. A Polish military spokesman did not disclose the number of U.S. troops who arrived on Saturday. But earlier, Biden said that 2,000 troops would be flown to Germany and Poland. In all, the U.S. will deploy 3,000 troops to countries around Ukraine, namely Germany, Poland, and Romania. For Romania, Biden sent 1,000 U.S. troops who were in Germany. As long as Russian President Vladimir Putin remains aggressive, we will always make sure to our NATO allies in Eastern Europe that we are there to help Ukraine, Biden said. Responding to this troop deployment, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Grushko said that the U.S. decision would make compromise between the two countries even more difficult. He also called the deployment of U.S. troops a destructive move that increases military tensions and reduces options for political decisions. These tensions began when Russia had about 100,000 troops on the Ukrainian border. The U.S. claims to have evidence that Russia is ready to attack Ukraine at any time. Russia denies the claim. Putin insists that Russia is deploying troops to Ukraine's borders precisely because NATO is increasing its presence across the country. According to Putin, the U.S. wants to lead Russia into a war situation with this rhetoric about Ukraine. Ukraine is just a tool to that end, Putin said. A spokesman for the U.S. Department of Defense, John Kirby, confirmed that his country was not sending troops to fight in Ukraine, which is not a member of NATO. However, Putin remains concerned that Ukraine will enter NATO in the future. If that happens, then NATO's threat to Russia will be even greater. Just imagine that Ukraine is a member of NATO and started this military operation. Do we have to go to war with the NATO bloc? Has anyone thought about this? I don't think so, Putin said, as quoted by Reuters. So what do you think? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
In the region, even as diplomats from both sides are still trying to solve the crisis. Russian troops are set to hold military drills in Belarus this month, based from camps like this one, just a few miles from the Polish border.
That leads to, at some point, another meeting between the president and President Putin. I leave that for another day. There are no plans to do that now. I think we have to see if, in the first instance, there's any progress diplomatically. We also want to see Russia de-escalate, to move forces back from the border with Ukraine, to take down